Hi Chatters, it's Tech Tuesday and today we're talking about adaptive training. Chat is here with Nang Nguyen of Adaptive Strongarm Academy talking about adaptive fitness. You may remember Nang, who after his very popular ATME story that we did on him, had everyone wanting to know more about how to use assistive technology and training. Nang is a Commonwealth Games powerlifter, and when he's not doing that, he's assisting people with intellectual disability, and when he's not doing that, he's training people with different abilities reach their different fitness goals. So Nang, welcome.
Thank you, Jocelyn. It's a pleasure to be here and talking to among you guys. Hopefully I can help answer a question and give you more insight on what I do.
Thank you. And before we launch into the subject of adaptive training and AT, you've got a really unique story of your own which puts into perspective for those of us who grew up in Australia. Do you mind sharing?
Yes, so I'm originally from Vietnam. So I had polio when I was 3. Was raised up by my grandma alone, and so since then I have to learn to adapt my upper body strength and learning how to walk with my hand, climb trees, swim, do anything that a normal people do, but just with the 2 hands and crawl everywhere. My grandma made me a walking stick, so I learned how to use that just to walk with it with my hand. So it's really good. So yeah, and it's because I got such an early start when it comes to strength building. It kind of benefits you when growing up for your disability, make you really independent once you master all that kind of skill.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. I think you've mentioned to me before that you learned how to climb trees and walk on your hands. And
my biggest achievement was climbing a coconut tree at age 7.
Wow.
And then I got in trouble by grandma. Busted. Oh man, I got a whipping, that's for sure.
So you it sounded like being really mentally tough and in being inventive was really a part of growing up in Vietnam with a disability. It seems like some of those early experiences have shaped who you are today, and in terms of adaptive training, you've sort of used some of that inventiveness to pursue that training goals, I guess, with both yourself and your clients. Can you kind of talk us through that?
Yes. So I have some tool that I created in the shed of my home.
Very cool.
I call this is the Nagginator because everyone liked the name of it, so I go with it. It's a resistance training bar, literally. It's designed to help you do some rehab training and some kind of physical training as well as movement bar. So it can train you 10 type of exercise. Mm-hmm. You can go pull down, bicep curl, press or seated row.
So
anything you think about.
You hook that under.
Yeah, so you hook it into the
feet.
carabiner and you hook underneath your chair
yep.
or something like that. So for example,
it gives you resistance when pulling up.
For example, if I want to do a bicep curl, like that, right? So it's like, but then as you get stronger, you might get double, then it's really hard, and you get really strong, you change the color band into a more resistant band, right? On top of that,
very cool.
I've got the forearm workout that I made, just a few pipe or, this is shoelaces, and this is from a glad wrap, the finish when you finish using it, right? You just
and a bit paper roll.
A bit of duct tape and drill some hole and you got yourself a forearm workout.
That's
and then
fantastic.
on top of that, for those that have C4, C5 that want to get training and stuff, I recommend having one of this.
So I use these all the time.
This is active hand. It's literally a wrap around your hand, and then you put a dumbbell or the Nagginator or any kind of weight that you can think of, you can hold, and then wrap around and secure it, and you won't come off.
They're really strong.
And then you can do all the movement you want for training.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And apart from that, for those that doesn't have money and growing up in Vietnam, money is a big concern, and you gotta think outside the box when it comes to this kind of stuff. So what I did is bag of rice, say 10 kilo, 5 kilo, whatever bag of rice. You can do this as a bicep curl,
Very
or
cool.
a front raise, or a press, right?
Awesome.
That kind of stuff, right? So just think outside the box. You can use in here. I've got a shopping bag. Use a shopping bag, and you can put a water bottle in there. Make it heavy.
So what's that? That's just like a regular.
It's a regular shopping bag.
Shopping
Make sure
bag.
it's really good material, not plastic one.
And you've just packed it with.
I just pack it with used water bottle of
so simple.
Harvey Fresh milk. But you can use sand, so if it doesn't make it messy, that kind of stuff, and do the same thing as I show you on the bag of rice. So yeah, all those little things, guys. Think about outside the box when it comes to training. You don't have to pay so much money on it to do anything.
Amazing ideas, some really simple ideas. I think it's often hard to know where to start with training, and as our followers are, nationwide, the range of different abilities, what would you sense in a global sense of, where should people start?
Well, it's pretty, if you're new to fitness industry, or just being how to get fit in general, I suggest grab a training partner, like ask your friend. You have a network. Hey guys, I want to start fitness. I don't know where to start. Who want to join me, or you join a group of your friend or a partner you want to, and start off small. Have a small goal. Let's say every morning we're gonna go jump around on a skipping rope for 10 minutes before breakfast, something like that. And you do that for 1 week straight. If you can stick to that 1 week straight, you see a result. Then you start building slowly, and you get bigger goal, heavier goal, that kind of stuff. And you get more confident, Yeah,
so it's gradual and, partnering up with someone.
Baby step, and partnering with someone is great because you encourage each other to get fit, you encourage each other to learn from each other, and you tell each other you're doing it wrong, the technique's right, that kind of stuff. So it's, self-education.
Keeps you on track.
Yeah, pretty much, And you push each other to the max,
Yeah, fantastic.
It's fun.
Yeah, great. Good advice. Okay, so let's end the session with some questions from our AT community. There's a question from Poonam. How can a person with a completely non-functional left arm and a 20% functional left leg succeed with exercising safely?
Well, Poonam, the best I can do is to answer that is, for a perspective as a personal trainer myself, I can't say that you can do and you can't do things. I have to assess you first. What did that mean is I have to come see you personally, and then I'm gonna go through a range of exercise, and then look at your ability, what you can do, what you can't do. Like you said, you've got 20% of working legs. That 20%, what kind of muscle you're using, what kind of movement you can do. The same thing with your arm, So so you can train. It's just about knowing the right person to teach you how to train. We always train what you have left, and then from there on we build from there. Okay.
So work with what you've got.
Yeah, I have never come across with anyone that I can't train yet. I'll be surprised if I have. Then and it is what it is, guys. But yeah.
Fantastic. And there's a last question from Jen. It's a longie but a good one. How does someone with a movement disorder and a sensory processing disorder that triggers the movement disorder exercise? I keep trying, but I get triggered up and twitchy. The only thing that works is being out at a really loud nightclub and dancing music I like. Is there some kind of club for people to group together and support and get out and dance together? Absent that, is there something else that I can do at home?
Okay. So well, with sensory issue and movement issue, first of all, I would recommend you go see your occupational health therapist. They actually train people with sensory issue from early childhood to adulthood to work on a certain routine exercise or something like that, based training to get used to it and build from there, right? Apart from that, if you can't access that, there is this, if you love dancing, there is this called silent disco night, where you have a wireless headphone. You get free DJs, and you can flick from different DJ to DJ. You'll be in a community base, open, even at a park or anywhere. You get a group together and you just dance with your own music, really leisurely. And from the outside world, we can't hear what you're doing, but
Yeah.
we can see your dance and engaging in the community in this headphone. It's really cool.
So it's like a really mainstream
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
to
yeah.
do.
That or do some yoga or some meditation if you can. That kind of stuff I can think of, you know. But depend on your essentially how bad it is. It's like I said again with the first question is, you know,
What can you cope with?
What can you cope and what can
Yeah.
you can't do, and work on that.
Okay, Jen, I'm also not sure if it's relevant depending on how you go dancing in the dark with your balance, but there is a mainstream dance class called No Lights, No Lycra, where anyone can dance. It's really unstructured but with the lights off, so you might enjoy that if you're able to cope with that. Okay, so well, that's it for us for another Tech Tuesday. I want to sincerely thank Nung from Adaptive Strongarm Academy for his insights and thinking outside the box when it comes to training people with different abilities. As always, find out more about what we discussed in the links below or connect with Nung via his Facebook page. Till next month.
Yes, thank you guys. If any question, I'm happy to answer them by email or like Jocelyn said, on Facebook. Yeah. And if I didn't answer any question or you didn't hear anything that you wanted to hear, feel free to PM me personally, and I'm happy to help and come out. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, our chatters.